Hello.
Hey, everybody.
How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, a little somber after that.
Little somber.
Yeah.
Little somber. But it's a good day to be drinking whiskey. I think that's the thing.
Let's qualify that. Any day is
Any
a good day
is
to
a
be
good day to
drinking
be
whiskey.
drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make sure we're on.
And today is especially fun because the Brewers had a no-hitter yesterday. One walk shy of a perfect game.
There you go.
And then Badgers won yesterday.
Yeah.
Unlike last week where we were in the red zone 4 times and we couldn't score at all. Kind of sounds like my dating life.
Oh, jeez.
But we beat the School Sisters of Notre Dame.
There you go.
No, it was Eastern Michigan. Same thing.
So I do want to say hi to the folks who are in the chat already. Donner Pass, it's good to see you. Hope everything's good over there in Northern California.
We got people.
Wow. Bourbon is here.
Oh, I like that.
And is saying, as one of the Whiskey Tube New Yorkers, please don't drink Hudson Whiskey. It does not represent New York and is a travesty and tragedy unto itself. Remember all those we lost, but don't subject yourself to Hudson. Okay, well, we'll see. AJ Lopez is here.
We've done worse.
AJ Lopez, good to see you. Jim Morris says this is the Rock Up Review.
No.
He's very right.
No.
We have drank a lot of bad stuff, so it's not too off-brand for us. But, so yes, I don't want this to be an entirely serious stream. I don't want this to be excessively serious or morose.
Okay.
But doing a stream this weekend, I did feel like we'd be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge 9/11.
Yes,
and
people that lost their lives.
People that lost their lives. The horrific nature of an attack on civilians.
Yeah. And the consequences thereafter.
Yeah.
That hurt many a family.
Yes. And it was, I think it was something that very much scarred the psyche of us as a nation.
Oh, yeah.
And was a very formative experience and some for people who were kids at the time. I know, speaking as I was a fourth grader on 9/11. I think my worldview and my understanding of the world is completely different from how previous generations grew up just because of that
particular instant
and the fallout from 9/11.
Wow.
You think about the war on terror, the war in Iraq, everything that happened afterwards. It really did change all of our lives.
It was,
up until now, really.
Right.
We're still seeing the after effects.
Yeah. Well, we're out of Afghanistan now. That's the last of it. So hopefully,
I don't know.
But the world's not a better place for it. So.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. Did we really make the world a better place?
For a short time, we did, and then it all went.
Yeah.
At least in that part of the world.
And that's the thing. That's the thing we have to remember. As much as it is about New York and the Pentagon and United 93.
Yeah.
This really is a memorial. This should be a memorial to those families in Afghanistan, the civilians in Afghanistan, people who suffered under the rule of the Taliban, ISIS. People who were innocent civilians who have been killed as a result of our war in those countries. I like to believe that we did make Afghanistan a better place for many years. It made it safer for women, safer for ethnic and religious minorities. But it's a scary thing when the Taliban can just come back like that.
Oh, yeah, within a week?
Yeah.
And that's not good.
It's a horrible, horrible thing.
Speaking of horrible things, we got some really bad whiskey.
Yes.
Hudson Whiskey.
Now, well, this is the thing. I did want to do New York whiskeys. Okay. I happened to get,
that makes sense.
From my former employer, I got a series of sample bottles of Hudson Whiskey, which is all from New York. They put New York very, very proudly on the label.
His ex-employer loves him.
Yeah, right? And so, but the thing is, they're not actually made in New York City. I do have, however, Kings County, which is made in Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. So
that looks like it came out of a backyard still.
Yes, it very much does. They have the old medicinal bottle. Yeah, that's very much the style.
I like it.
And so I did want to do New York whiskeys. However, we're going to see. I haven't tried most of these. I think I tried their rye, the Hudson New York Rye, which is this one, the do the rye thing.
Sure.
They're trying to be very New York because it's do the right thing, like Spike Lee. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're trying very hard to be New York, but we'll see how these are. We'll see how these are.
Disclaimer, I've got seasonal allergies, so this is going to be perfect for me because I am just stuffed to the rafters.
Bourbon says there is really decent whiskey coming out of New York. Hudson ain't it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's true, but we'll see how it is.
Did I mention that I left my keys in the car? I'll be right back.
Yes. Emily Chambers is here. Good to see you. So, yes, Sunday is the new day. We're not exactly sure what time we're going to be doing this yet. We're kind of playing it by ear for now. We're going to probably be doing these day streams for a little while.
Right.
We'll see if people show up. I guess
we got to wedge it between professional sports games.
Exactly. If a lot of people show up for this time, that's cool.
Yeah.
If not, we're gonna maybe do it in the evening, but we're gonna figure it out. So I mean, I think we're gonna do. I know I'm gonna try to do one last Thursday stream this week, and then we'll try to figure out a permanent time period for next week.
Okay.
But for now, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna drink some whiskey, and whoever can make it makes it. So this will be fun.
As long as we're done by 3.
Yes, I know. And you and Erica.
The Packers play today. And
exactly.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers and how out of shape he is.
We'll see what happens with that. Yeah.
He's kind of grumpled. Or is it disgruntled?
I mean, can you be gruntled and disgruntled in turns?
For him, yes.
Yeah.
I think he can. Yeah, he's pretty PO'd.
I don't know. His whole thing, he's being a very sassy, dramatic type guy.
He's playing it well, yeah.
With the Packers ownership right now. He's quite.
Yeah. He's got that interview coming up.
Yeah.
It's Aaron and Aaron. I can't remember her last name. But anyway, he just looks unhappy.
He's got
unhealthy.
We'll see what happens with him. Okay. Anyway, why don't we get the bad stuff out of the way? Assuming this is bad. We don't know that it's actually going to be bad.
Our dialogue, right? We just got the bad stuff out of the way. Now we're going to drink the good stuff.
Exactly. All right, so where do we start? Why don't we start with Hudson, New York? This is Bright Lights, Big Bourbon.
All right, now.
So Bright Lights, Big.
We've got a bunch of Hudson stuffs over here, and I noticed one thing.
Yeah.
It's incredibly red.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's got a very reddish
kind of
brown hue. Yeah. It's quite the dark color.
And I couldn't figure out why.
Well, we looked this up. And now, first of all, it is straight bourbon, so new casks, and they don't have an age statement on here, so 4 years old. Healthy age statement.
Yeah.
But it looks like, at least up until recently, they were using a lot of 26-gallon so-called half casks. So small barrels,
a lot of wood
and spirit interaction, more proportion of wood to spirit.
Better color, I guess.
Better color. Woo! Better color. Not necessarily.
Save the Glencairns.
Better flavor. We'll see. I mean, it does mean smaller barrels does mean you get more oak quicker, right? That doesn't necessarily mean you gain complexity of flavor quicker.
That's true.
And sometimes you do end up with just excessively spicy tannic bombs. So we'll see. And Bourbon is pointing out, due to extremely high property costs, taxes, and supply costs, New York distilled whiskey tends to be very expensive for what it is.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
That does make sense. That does make sense, especially if you're in the middle of the city.
Yeah, right.
The city itself.
Yeah. Where are you getting your grains? Where are you getting anything?
Where are you housing your barrels?
You are bringing it all in as you need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeesh. Well, and that's I know part of the thing I think is part of the problem with people who are making whiskey here in Milwaukee. I mean, obviously we're much smaller than New York, but in the same vein though, you don't have as much room for your rick house. You know, you don't necessarily have the room to build a big old open rick house that gets a lot of air interaction from the outside. You're kind of limited by that, your location.
Right.
So, yeah. Although some of the places outside of Milwaukee, like Dancing Goat, they actually have a proper open rick house now because they're out in the rural counties. So,
and I was going to say, New York might be larger than we are in square miles.
Yeah,
but per capita, I think we outweigh them by far. 12 million and 1 million.
In what measurement, Dad?
I think we'll go in stone this time. I go 7 stone 6, so you know. Most New Yorkers are thin and wiry,
that's
cantankerous,
true.
and you know,
we tend to be a little overweight.
here in the Midwest, yeah, corn fed.
I was thinking about that. We do. Our culture, or at least the German culture especially, was a lot of beer, and super heavy pork foods.
And, you know, lots of worst.
Yeah. We don't.
Everybody was a butcher back then, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of heavy fats, schnitzels and spetzels and bratwurst.
It's not horrible. I'm picking up something a little off, but I can't tell what.
Bourbon's making a joke that he makes up for a lot of the thin people here. Oh, well, you're pretty thin for
I'm
a
pretty
Milwaukeean.
thin for a Milwaukee. Yes.
I got a little punch.
Yeah.
I got a little punch.
Well, I can't tell, but it's not.
I don't
it's
know.
not horrible, but there is something just a little off.
Yeah, you know, one of the other Hudson whiskeys I had was their corn whiskey, which was pretty much completely unaged, and that one was awful. That one was disgusting.
Okay.
I think when me and Erica were first starting to drink whiskey together, we went to a bar and we ordered a couple drinks, and she saw, corn whiskey, Hudson corn whiskey. I'm gonna get that on the rocks, see how it, see how it is.
Wow.
It was terrible, just completely terrible. So comparing this to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is
ahead.
This is a miles past this. This is so much better. AJ Lopez says that's why Texas is the best place to age whiskey. Yeah. Open space for miles. There is certainly a benefit to that.
The heat. Yeah.
New York City bourbon sounds like Scotch. Too many taxes. Anyone have distilleries like Taconic? I have not tried Taconic. Oh, well, so John Kranz is here. Good to see you, John. That's awesome. And this is one of their new releases. So Big Lights kind of replaced their baby bourbon, which I know a lot of people hated. I never actually tried. But this is part of their reworking of the brand.
Okay.
So this is the newest release from them.
I can't tell on the nose. On the taste, it's very simplistic. There's nothing going on. There's nothing horrible there, but there's nothing wonderful there either.
I will say there's a certain amount of black pepper.
No.
I do get a little bit of spice.
No.
And there's a little bit of brown sugar.
I like the bitter aftertaste.
There is a little bit of bitter. I will say that, but the problem I'm having with it is that, especially on the nose, it still smells young.
Oh, yeah.
It still smells kind of yewy to me.
Is that what I'm catching? I don't know.
I don't know. You might not be,
yeah.
but this is what I'm getting.
That's the taste you get. It's that kind of bitter funk.
Yeah. See, for me, it's coming out.
It just thins out real fast.
Yeah. On the nose is where I'm getting it. It's that really young corn nose.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a very
corny taste.
Yeah, it's a really young corn nose, just very yewy. The taste is not so bad. I will agree with you. There is a bitter aspect there, though.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a kind of a is it coffee? It's not even really coffee. No. It's just kind of bitter.
Yeah. It's like old Tedril, if you ever had asthma back in the day.
Yeah, no.
And you had to take one of those pills. Horrible tasting.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's certainly not as bad as that other whiskey I had from them, but it's not.
It's not something that.
It's not particularly amazing.
How inexpensive are these?
This one was $32.
That's a little much, yeah.
It's a little heavy.
Yep.
That's
for what you're getting.
For what you're getting, yeah. Oh, they do have an age statement. I just found it. Minimum of 3 years.
There you go.
So we were looking at the mash bill on this.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, and the mash bill was 95% corn, 5% barley. That's kind of nuts.
That's a lot of corn.
There's no flavoring grain in here. There's no rye. There's no wheat.
Right.
It's just corn. So you're really relying. Hopefully you like corn flavor.
Yeah.
Or you're hopefully you like barrel flavor because you're not going to get any rye or wheat in there. Yeah. Hey, David. What's up, my man? How you doing? Good to see you.
Okay, I'm not drinking any more of this.
Yeah, that's fair. Would you like to try their rye?
They have a rye?
They have a rye. So this is the do the rye thing.
Okay.
Do the rye thing. It's Spike Lee.
Chuckle.
It's Spike Lee. It's that movie with the guys and the pizza shop.
Oh yeah.
The pizza shop. Yeah. And the racism.
I don't remember whose pizza shop that was though. Somebody out there will know.
Yeah. Who is there's a couple famous actors in there. Giancarlo Esposito was Boombox, and he went on to be in Breaking Bad. And then who was?
Oh yeah, that was a bad ending for him.
If
you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the film, I didn't say anything.
But then who? And then there was a kind of Sal's
Pizza by the Slice.
Yeah, and his son, one of his sons, was the guy from Leon, the Professional. Who's that guy? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
No,
it's not.
It's a whiskey show.
It's not that important.
Review.
Yeah. Hey, Scott Mood. Hey, what's up, Scott? Good to see you, bud. Rye. Okay, we usually love ryes.
Hey, it's a whole different nose.
Huh.
Wow.
Oh, I just realized, apparently, I had no idea about this. Apparently, this is distributed by my company. I did not know that. Sorry. I'm going to put a disclaimer. And trust me, I do not make any commission off of any whiskeys my company sells. Like, nothing like that. So I have no stake in it, but I am going to do a disclaimer when...
He barely makes a living.
Yeah, right. I'm going to do a disclaimer that I am associated with this product.
There you go.
But it does not affect my review.
Right.
Yeah. So Jean Reno, was that it? Is that the guy? Maybe?
We're going to find out.
That could be him. He's kind of a character actor that shows up in a lot of places.
This is so cool. We got the throbbing brain out there working for us. It's kind of like having Google Home.
Maybe it wasn't him. Wait. Who was this actor that I'm thinking of? Gene Renner was Leon. Yeah. Okay. I think, was that him? He might have been. I don't know. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. Wholly different nose.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
You go from one to the other and it's like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh my God. Going back to the nose of the bourbon is
how rough that is.
Oh God. Drinking that bourbon on its own, it was like, okay, it's not that bad. But smelling the rye, right, and then smelling the bourbon, that bourbon smells terrible.
like me.
Oh my God. That bourbon smells awful compared to this.
This isn't great, but it's a whole step up or 2 steps up.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. This smells so much better. And this is a 95% rye, 5% malt mash bill.
Wow.
Which is a lot more common. It's a lot more common to have a more predominant rye mash bill than it is to have a predominant corn mash bill. But
I wonder why that is.
Well, rye is generally flavorful on its own. It's very much so, spicy.
Yep.
Spicy and big and flavorful on its own. Whereas corn, I think you do want a little something to kind of flavor it up.
Yeah.
Just a touch. Yeah, no, the guy who trains in that department. So that is him. But I don't know if that's the same guy I'm thinking of. God, I get so many actors confused. I was just talking with Erica about this. I get Ed Harris and what is his name? Peter Wendt, the guy who played RoboCop. I get those two confused all the time.
I don't even know who those people are.
Yeah, and who else? Oh, Michael Keaton and Waterworld. Who the fuck was in Waterworld? Michael Keaton and
I don't know.
I can't even think of his name. See, I just keep thinking Michael Keaton because I get Michael Keaton, Kevin Costner, because I get Kevin Costner confused with Kevin Conroy, who played Batman, and Michael Keaton also played Batman.
I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, Kevin Costner's Waterworld. There we go.
Yeah,
there we
right.
go.
Yep.
And Ed Harris was an enemy at the gate. But Peter Went was RoboCop. But they look kind of similar in my mind.
Okay. Now that we've got that behind us.
Beth Higgins is talking crap about the Badgers, just so you know.
I was last week too, but we finally won. But like I said, it was Eastern Michigan, so it was a romp in the park. At halftime, we had our scrubs in. They only managed 7 points.
Oh, Peter Weller, not Peter Went. Peter Weller was RoboCop. That's it. Okay. See, we're working on it. Oh, AJ Lopez is pointing out the only other distillery I can think of that does that is Iron Root, but they specifically use different varietals of corn to add flavor. And he makes a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Because different heirloom varietals can have a lot of flavor. The problem is that most distilleries are using commoditized yellow dent corn, which pretty much just tastes like
corn. Yeah. Now, you go down to Peru and there's like 103 flavors of corn.
Oh, yeah. And potatoes?
2,000.
Yeah. Those guys are nuts.
So, yeah, if you want to open a distillery, Peru's the place. They've got a variety of all kinds of vegetables, fruits, grains.
And they do a big pisco. Pisco does a big. And they actually do such a crazy difference of varietals of grapes with pisco. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's a place to be. Up and coming.
Anyway.
A better nose.
Yes, a much better nose. So much better. I've told people my theories about rye being the 3 different types of rye. This is more of a eucalyptus-y vegetal rye, I would say. With just a little bit of that kind of fig Newton fruit.
Oh, yeah. Especially on the taste. Wait till you hit that. I like this one. It's kind of drinkable. There's nothing going on initially, and then it kind of bites you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of bite here.
And then it's got a bit of pepper.
Yeah. This actually drinks pretty damn hot for 46%.
Yeah.
You don't think so? I think it does. For 46, this seems hot to me.
I think that's the high rye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing necessarily, because it accentuates the spice.
Because at 46, I can still breathe in without my lungs going.
Yeah.
Although I do like me a good cast strength.
Yeah, that's true. No, for sure. A good cast strength, though, I do think, if it's aged well, you don't taste the alcohol as much as you think you would.
Right.
Yeah. I will say there's a black tea eucalyptus-y thing here that I like. There's a slight off note though. And I don't know I don't know what it is, but I'm not digging it quite as much as I was. I do other ryes.
There are better ryes.
Yeah. Because you get the little fig Newton, you get the stone fruit, but there's a little.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't taste quite as good as other ryes.
No. But it's much better than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So, our first one, which is on the floor, in the trash can.
Yeah.
Because that's happened.
No, it's not bad rye. This is pretty good rye.
No.
And I've got a tag here that says $32. That might have been store price though. $32 is the store price. Because Bourbon is saying that's $45 to $55. No, that's too much.
I'm not paying that, yeah.
Like, this is a solid rye if you were to sell it at $30. Yeah, this is drinkable. This is certainly drinkable. But yeah, no. 55?
Oof.
For this?
Yeah, no.
That's heavy.
I'll get a bottle of $30 rye, and then I'll put the other money on the hood of my car.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's like even $15 ryes that
we were talking last week.
Solid.
There are more people out there with money than brains. So,
True.
Easily sellable.
Well, we shouldn't.
If it's more expensive, it must be better.
Well, yes, there is that.
No.
And there is the element of branding, like people want to buy a New York brand. But I think we also have to say that we shouldn't necessarily judge people say people are just buying for the price tag,
Right.
because some people might really love it.
That's true.
And it would be remiss of us to insult those people.
Yeah, to insult all of you people.
Yeah.
We just want to insult some of you.
Yes, yes, some people. Like, and that's the thing. Like, even when we were selling baby bourbon at the store, if you want to take that, there were people who would still come in and buy that bottle after bottle. I didn't get it personally,
Right.
but you know, people drink what people want to drink, you know, and that's okay.
You drink what you like
Mhm.
and what you can afford.
Exactly.
So,
How much is Rare Breed?
I love Rare Breed.
Yeah, probably pretty similar. Because what is it? What was it around us? 50? No, we're gonna do a comparison with this one. Because we've got the old school Hudson Maple Cask Rye,
I can't wait.
and we've got the new Hudson Whiskey Short Stack Maple Cask Rye. Yeah.
Now, short stack is like just a fewer bit of pancakes in my book. I don't know what they mean by that.
Well, let's see how this comes out. So they're basically taking their rye whiskey, they're aging it in a barrel that used to hold maple syrup. They send it up to Vermont. They put maple syrup barrels. So when we first saw this label, we kind of assumed it was maple wood, right?
Which is a
Maple-
incredibly hard wood that you would, I don't think, get much flavor from, but
Who knows? But yeah, no, it's not that. It's not maple wood cask. It's a maple syrup cask, which is becoming more and more popular, like flavored whiskeys and maple flavored whiskey. Yeah.
Okay.
Our left hand is the old school version. Right hand is the new school version. We'll see if there's any difference. We'll see if they changed anything up. Yeah, so Rare Breed Rye is about the same. Here's my thing, though. I know you love Rare Breed Rye, and Rare Breed Rye is fantastic. I'm
He
not
gave me
saying
an
it's
almost full bottle, and within a week, it was just it all evaporated right into my mouth. I mean, it was just bad.
My thing with Rare Breed is that it does run a little sweeter than a lot of the ryes I like. It does run a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, maybe that's why I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't mind a sweet rye as long as it's got this a level of spiciness.
Right.
You know,
it had a bite to it because of it was cask strength.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to tell at that point. I think that was 54.2 something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was,
something like that.
It was up there. It was good. This is very good.
Yeah. So I don't know. For me, I do think Rare Breed is probably better for most people compared to that, no doubt. For me, I do like just a bone dry rye, though. So would I pay $55 for that? No. Would I maybe drink that over Rare Breed? Only because I like things bone dry. Yeah. So. You smelling the old school one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you smell any maple?
I do not.
Yeah, me neither. I got like no maple on this one. I don't even get rye on this.
Yeah, this is confusing.
I'm getting nothing. There's no rye, there's no maple. I guess I'll take a sip and see if I get anything on that.
If it's there, it's very subtle.
I get the rye.
Okay.
I get the eucalyptus and I get the fig Newton.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Now there's a touch of sweet there.
Very subtle.
You can feel it on your tongue.
That is so subtle. There's barely any maple there, which I guess is better than having a really cloyingly, unctuously sweet version. Because some of these flavored whiskeys are painfully unctuously sweet.
Oh my god, yeah, overdone.
Yeah.
This is barely there, but yeah, it's there.
Jim Morris says he thinks the Hudson labels are just sort of ugly. Very sterile and medical looking, but maybe that's the aesthetic they were going for. Well, with these ones, I think they're going for like a subway sign, right?
I don't know.
Because it's supposed to be like the white sign with like, this is your stop. This is whatever route this is. The orange route goes to Manhattan, whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah. What do you think of the old school one? It's fine. It's okay. It's not bad.
With a massive amount of aeration,
yeah,
you can kind of taste it.
Sure. I don't think if you wanted maple flavor,
go out and get maple flavor.
Yeah, if you were looking for maple flavor, this is not maple flavor. This is ever so slightly mapley.
Correct.
Bourbon says he tried to stop this pain from happening.
He did early, yes.
Yes, he did. Well, we're just too stubborn for our own good.
Okay, I got to get that out of my mouth. That
okay.
was not great.
Yeah, it's not great. Hey, Eric Wade, what's up, my dude? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by on Sunday.
I think partly what that maple is doing is masking something else.
Oh. Yeah.
It's kind of an interaction that's...
Sure. It's not really doing anything on its own, but it's just kind of, could be. All right, let's check out the new version. The new version, which is the short stack. So they changed the name. It's now short stack. So short stack is 16. Wait, their maple cask is more than their straight rye? God damn.
That's not good.
Well, I mean, I guess they had to kick out for the syrup.
Well, and the hauling and
going for to Vermont or whatever the fuck. Yeah, finished in Vermont. Well, they didn't take it to Vermont. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they just brought barrels from Vermont.
Oh,
but
okay.
Even
still,
still, I guess, yeah. But like, if
that's like getting barrels from Port Washington to Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's not that
30
bad.
minutes, you're done.
And aren't you? I mean, if you're sending your barrels to these guys, they're selling a product. They're selling whiskey aged maple syrup. You think there'd be, it'd just be reciprocity. I send you my barrels, you put your shit in it, you send it back down, we're good to go. You wouldn't think it'd be that much more expensive. Whatever. Okay, let's check it out. Emily Chambers is saying she doesn't like maple flavor in rye at all. So actually, these wouldn't be bad for you. Whoa, okay, this is worse than the first one.
I think they're calling it a short stack because it's more like a flowery,
but
cakey.
This smells worse than the first, like the old version I like better.
It does, yeah.
This one smells kind of rotten or something. Oh, Jim Morris is saying he's comparing to Tully Bardine and saying the finishing is masking flawed distillate. I mean, it's hard to it's hard to distill rye. But once you've distilled rye, it's hard to fuck up. It's hard to actually, the mechanics of distilling rye is difficult. I'm not saying it's not. It is difficult. But the distillate itself, it's not hard to get good flavor out of rye.
Sure.
It shouldn't be that difficult.
It's rye.
It's rye. If you make a spicy, peppery, clovey thing, you did good. Like, it should not be that hard. Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah. People want to make something different out of their rye, I guess.
Mm-hmm. We shouldn't, and I'm not trying to discourage experimentation or like innovation, but.
Okay, now I open this, when I open up a bag of flour at home, and then, that smell.
Sure.
That's what I'm getting here.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why, but it smells just like bleached white flour.
No, I get what you mean, for sure. But I feel like, okay, like fatback or lard or something like that.
Yeah.
If it's fresh, you cook with it, it's good.
Yeah.
If you let it sit, and
it goes rancid after 20 days.
Right. that's what it's reminding me of a little. I feel bad. This was supposed to be our like kind of like New York 9/11 Remembrance episode.
We're gonna remember this for a long time.
And I'm just ragging on this New York distillery, but
we got one bottle left. Dude.
Oh, this is
no, it's not. It's not been horrible. It's been overpriced and it's been underperforming.
Yeah, no,
but it's drinkable.
It's not awful. It's not the worst thing we've ever had.
No,
there is a really funky something going on here. Yeah. It reminds me of like, you remember Dickel, the pepper whiskey?
Yeah.
They aged it in like Tabasco barrels.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that a little. Like that really weird, vegetal, funky, rancid thing. Bourbon says next time we can hit him up, he'll get us better New York stuff. I appreciate that. I'm not feeling this one. I'm just not feeling this one at all.
Well, don't smell, just drink.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. The old school one was way better. I feel like I'm getting red in the face just drinking this. Oh, that's rough. Like
old school.
Yeah, the old school is better. Joe Mag is from New York. We could have drank Joe Mag instead. Oh well.
All right, we're gonna scrap this episode. We're gonna start over. We'll be back in an hour. Thank you, everybody.
Right. This was disappointing.
Well, this was something.
Yeah. Though I mean, although compare this, was this worse than their bourbon? I guess is the question.
Oh.
Which one was my bourbon? I think this was my bourbon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard choice. These are both not good. I'm going to pour a little more. These are both pretty bad.
Okay. I prefer this over the bourbon.
Yeah.
That first bourbon was horrible.
I didn't think
you go back to that, it's like bad.
I don't think we realized how bad that is. God damn. Like when we first drank that, I was just like, okay, yeah, this isn't too bad. And then everything else has been better and just showed how shitty that bourbon is.
Oh, weird. So now the question is, at weddings and parties, do you start with the bad stuff and move to the good stuff, or do you start with the good stuff and move to the bad stuff? Because we just started with the bad stuff and thought it was okay.
Right. I think that my goal would be, here's my thinking, start them with something really good when they first get in the door.
Hook them.
And get them real drunk on that. Yeah. So they don't taste anything else for the rest of the night.
I think that's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. We do have Rough Rider. I do have some Rough Rider around here, and we do have Kings County. So we're going to finish with Kings County. Hopefully this will be a lot better. We might still have some Widow Jane. I might have drank all the Widow Jane. Or maybe I gave that to you.
I think I had that,
Yeah. Widow Jane was pretty fantastic. Erica hated Widow Jane, though.
Dropping this on the floor.
Erica was not a big fan of Widow. She thought it was too rye-like.
She's not big on pickle.
Yeah.
Eucalyptus.
Spice. She can find the pickle in anything.
Oh.
If there's a pickle note there, she will find it. She found a dill note in Johnny Blue. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a discerning nose.
Yeah, no, she was like, nope, it's there. I can't drink this. I can smell the dill on this fucking Johnny Blue. I'm like, and I'm not a fan of Johnny Blue. I don't like Johnny Blue. I think it's overpriced and it's not that great.
It is,
I don't think Johnny Blue's that great, but I don't taste pickle on there at all. Yeah. Rough Rider is actually 20 minutes away from Bourbon on Long Island. That's fun. I've never actually known. I'm terrible at geography. Is Long Island part of the city of New York?
Long Island?
Yeah. Because there's Staten Island, right?
Right.
And then there's Long Island.
Yeah.
And they're two different things.
Right. It's got to be.
I don't actually. Bourbon.
I've been out there, but hey, I don't remember.
Yeah, Bourbon. Is Long Island part of the city of New York? I don't actually know.
Long Island, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I don't know. Eric Waite says, what would Jesus do? Everyone brings out the choice wine first and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now. Oh, look at this theology major coming out. Oh, damn. Oh, I like this. I like the nose on it, at least.
It's not pungent. It's
to Bourbon Ben's question, I'm sorry, we didn't tell them what release this was.
Oh, well, right.
This is their peated single malt, 47% alcohol by volume. So yes,
smoky libation.
Yes, it's interesting the way they've labeled this too. This must have been. They actually
is this original labeling?
This is the original labeling. Yeah.
Wow.
American whiskey made from peated malt. They labeled it before everyone started doing this trickery where they put single malt on one line and American whiskey on the second line. Yeah. These guys actually did it right and labeled it the way you're supposed to. Like the true TTB definition, American whiskey made from blah, 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 made from malt mash, you know?
Like I said earlier, this looks like it came out of somebody's backyard still and just...
It does. It does.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Jim Morris is saying Staten Island is part of New York City. Long Island is not.
Okay.
Everybody says drink the cheap shit first.
Yeah, and then maybe people go home. You know,
yeah, right.
And save the good stuff for us.
There you go. Okay, so bourbon. Here we go. Here we go. Long Island has Queens County on it, which is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City. Then east of Queens is Nassau, then Suffolk County, where he lives, which are both not New York City. So part of Long Island is in New York City, and part of it isn't.
I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah. So Queens County, yeah, like that famous show, King of Queens, yeah, is on Long Island. But the rest of it, 2/3 of it, are not in the city of New York. They own their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, we got that clarified.
Suffolk has Hamptons and Montauk, the east end of the island. Forks. I've heard of the Hamptons. I hear they're very
nice people.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's check out this peated.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, me and Erica drank this before.
Okay. Very, 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 very light peat.
Yeah, not smoky. It's not smoky. It's earthy, spicy, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
There is a touch of that meatiness, though, kind of like that bacon fat that you get on Ardbeg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah. Having a hard time smelling this.
You gotta like get a little vapor inhaler or something.
Yeah.
Clear your nose out.
Tech.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm definitely getting that little bacon fat though.
Ooh, that warms you all the way down.
That's chocolatey, kind of coffee-y.
Mm-hmm. Very coffee-y.
Yeah.
Coffee-y.
Like a very mocha, bitter mocha.
Yeah, splash, but it's not a bad.
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Hey, what's up, Irish Whiskey Yoda? Chopping in on his afternoon coffee break. Oh yeah. Well, he works social services. He's got to work weekends. I used to do that. I was not good at it. I mean, I did my best, but that's a hard industry. You know, there is the nice thing about this is I will say there is a slight kind of that fruity space ID kind of maltiness there too.
It is malty.
Yeah. It's got that. It's which maybe I would prefer it had they dialed up the peat a little bit more. But it's not bad like for having a little bit of that kind of space ID fruitiness. That's not bad. Yeah.
Best of the bunch, but hey.
Yeah. Well,
we don't have the cream of New York here.
Yeah, it's true.
And the dregs.
Like, I think certainly, well, I don't know. I didn't hate the Hudson Rye.
No.
I like the Hudson Rye well enough.
The bourbon.
Was it excessively expensive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
What did I pay for this?
What is
Well, you got to remember, this is a pint.
Yep.
I paid $45 for a pint. Yeah. Yeah, it was like $45 for a pint. And I think for a fifth, like a fifth of this, I think it was going for like 60.
Wow. So
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking heavy for what you're getting. Like, I mean, if I was
for a generic bottle and a cheap label.
You are really harping on this label.
I love this label. I mean, is that great or what? You know, it's so old school. It looks like it was stuck in a typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
And then just...
It does look like that. You're totally right.
Yeah, it's great.
I like this one. I think we had Kings County peated bourbon at, what was it? Distill America a couple years back. And that really didn't have any peat to it at all.
No.
This one at least has...
Oh, it has a touch, a taste.
Yeah.
A smidge.
A smidgen.
Yeah, you don't get the smoky, though.
It's not smoky.
Not smoky.
It's not smoky. That's certainly true.
Which is interesting because, I mean, are there different ways to use peat?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because like the main way everyone does it is to peat their malt.
Right.
You know, you peat their malt. But you can also, I mean...
Could you filter this through? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. And people, I mean, and the water you get that moves through peat bogs can have some peat in it.
Pick up, yeah.
But the thing there, of course, is that it's only like 3 ppm, 5 ppm. It's a very small amount.
Right.
You know, so filtering it through peat doesn't do a whole lot.
Right.
The other thing you could conceivably do, though, is rather than peating your malt, fermenting it, and then distilling it, which you're going to remove a little bit of peat, you know, while you're distilling.
Right.
Instead, you could conceivably do what Brimstone does and actually peat your distillate. So distill and then smoke the distillate.
All right.
So then you would actually get more peat
infused. Yep.
Infused directly into the distillate.
Oh man, I give it a boom flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, because part of the biggest difference that, you know, that the biggest thing that makes a difference in what you actually taste isn't necessarily how peated the malt was. It's how they distilled that peated malt and where they made their cuts.
Sure.
You know, if you're using a column still, where did you distill it to?
Where'd you pull it off? Yeah.
Yeah. What, if you're using a column, you know, you have to pull it off at a certain percentage alcohol. Where did you take it to?
Right.
Or if you're using a pot still, where did you start and end your heart cut?
Right.
So, oh, and then of course you could also finish them in an ex-peated cask. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a dynamite.
Yeah.
Just run it up to, you know.
Yeah, and Ben Demon Hunter is asking, 1 pint is a 4730 or 473 can, correct? Or your bottle assembly 500 milliliters. You got to understand, in the liquor store business, we refer to 375s as pints, because back in the day, before the USA started using metric, you would sell in pints and gallons,
right, and
half pints. So the terminology just continued. That's why you still have people calling 750s fifth. Right. And you still have people calling 1.75s a handle.
Right.
Even though technically it's not really true anymore. They're not really the same amount. This is a pint, even though it's not truly a pint. Yeah.
So we'll call it a pint. Yeah.
Oh, how do they smoke liquid distillate? That's actually really cool, because they actually, the way they're doing it with Brimstone is they're actually smoking the liquid as it comes off the condenser. So it comes off the condenser and they're piping it to wherever to where they're collecting it, and they're smoking it as it goes. It's a very cool system.
We'll have to have a little documentary and, you know, put it up on the screen.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Where to do different smoky tastes.
Oh, that would be fun.
How to max that out.
Yeah.
Although they're doing a great job in Texas of maxing out the smoky tastes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no. Well, they just maximize all flavor.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
That's a punch in the head, some of that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So best two of the night
are yet to come.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say Kings County clearly is up here. I will say Hudson.
The short stack.
No, not the short stack.
No.
The
first one.
Do the Rye thing.
Oh, okay. The Rye.
Do the Rye thing. Because the first one was the Big Bourbon.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah, and the maple stuffs.
The maple stuff. Well, the one just didn't have any maple. The other one tasted rancid.
Yeah. So yeah, the Ryes win.
Yeah. The Rye, the Hudson, Do the Rye thing was pretty good. Not bad. Overpriced, but not bad. Kings County, solid. Again, kind of overpriced.
Overpriced, yeah.
Overpriced for what you're getting. Like
there are better.
Yeah. Like you can pay just a little bit more and get Lafroig 10.
No. Which should be worth it.
Right.
Yeah. Hey.
For sure.
So
yeah. What are you going to do? All right. Oh, we can get the Rough Rider. Okay, where'd the Rough Rider go, Pop?
I don't know.
You better not have stolen that from me.
I think it's in my wallet.
I hope I didn't give that to you.
I hear Rough Rider. I think something completely different.
Move yourself. I gotta find the Rough Rider real quick.
I gotta jump over the bottles.
Hey, Justin Busey just showed up.
Okay.
This is not cask strength. This is their peated malt. I did have cask strength, but me and Erica finished that off. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened to my... I hope I didn't, give that to somebody. I have a tendency to do that every once in a while. Just give people bottles. Crap. Well, that's annoying. Oh, wait, no, here it is. Got it. Got it. All right, there we go. I've had the cask strength. Now, I feel like there is, with the Kings County bourbon, sometimes I do think, here, drink one of your whiskeys and do a Scottish rinse so we can have some Rough Rider. But yeah, I feel like there has been some inconsistency with some of those Kings County. I think some have been very cool and some of them have been a little bit sawdusty. Depending on what you like, that might not be a bad thing though. This is the Rye. Do you not like the Rye, Bourbon? You don't like the Rye? I thought this was some cool shit. Wait, what? I told you to do... No. Finish your glass and Scottish rinse your glass, not yourself.
I told you to...
I was in 4th grade when 9/11 happened.
I thought we had glasses left.
Yeah. Going back to our topic, our more serious topic. I was in 4th grade. I because they made the choice not to tell us what was happening for most of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Well, I mean, they didn't know what to do.
Right.
I think their basic thinking was that we're not going to upset a bunch of kids by trying to explain something that they don't get.
Right. Yeah, we'll let the parents do that.
Right, exactly. And so they didn't tell us anything about what was going on. They didn't put it on TV or nothing. So I'm a 4th grader, and all I heard was from my classmates was that something had happened. Towers were burning.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my classmates, what they told me about was that Nostradamus had predicted this. I was like, oh, so what? I have no idea. So that was my takeaway for most of 90% of the day was just like, oh, so some old guy said the towers were going to burn or something.
And
okay,
there they are burning.
Whatever. All right, that's a thing. And then I remember I got home and we turned on the TV, and that's when I realized what the fuck was actually happening. And I remember in 4th grade I had started reading the papers every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember because
started with the business section.
I did, didn't I? Because you didn't read the business section. You would take the front page. I would take the business section, and then once you were done with the front page, I would take the front page from you. And yeah, so like that's when I realized what the fuck was going on. Like I'm sure you guys knew the whole day.
Yeah, I got to work. It was all over the TV. I got to work at 10 to 8, and by 10 after 8, they were broadcasting that everywhere.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I remember because all the things that happened after that, because like, I think like you and Ma certainly tried to like, not hide it from me, but kind of expose it to me in a way I could handle.
Dumb it down.
Right. But by that time I was reading the papers.
Oh yeah.
And I found out about everything that was going on.
I tried to buy all the papers he found.
Yeah.
No, it was a bad day.
It was bad. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and there was a lot of fallout. I mean, like, and then certainly, like, I think there was a rally around the flag moment where we all were coming together as a country. But things turned around, and you suddenly had all those Islamophobic hate attacks, and just everybody, the reaction to the war, and people were targeting Sikhs. You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody shot up the temple, and the Sikhs aren't even Muslim. They have nothing to do with Islam, and not that Muslims, the average Muslim, had anything to do with it.
Right.
But people were attacking Sikhs in Milwaukee
and everybody
just because of how they looked. It was
It was a bad moment for America.
It was a bad moment. It really was. Yeah.
But we were all came together.
Yeah. Crazy. It was a crazy time. And we're still feeling the effects. Anyway.
Okay, Rough Rider.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was sick. That was terrible. Unfortunately, one of my coworkers lost his father in the Sikh temple attack.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which and that's a problem. One of the things I think that 9/11 did was make us safer from external terrorism. It made us
marginally.
For a time, it made us safer from external terrorism, but it made us ignore homegrown domestic hate terrorism. And that was, that was awful. Anyway, let's stop talking about heavy shit. Let's drink some Rough Rider.
Rough Rider. Okay.
So
how does this name come to be?
So Rough Rider, this is named after the Rough Riders of Theodore Roosevelt fame.
Back in the early 1900s.
Yes. Yeah. So 1898 was the storming of San Juan Hill during the Spanish-American War.
Okay.
When we invaded Cuba. And for some reason, we let Cuba be independent and we took Puerto Rico. Still don't understand exactly how that happened.
Yeah. Kind of a mistake.
Yeah. But so this is actually, so this is interesting. This is a winter rye whiskey. So it's actually, the rye is grown as a cover crop for Long Island potatoes. So the idea is to shade the potatoes so they grow better. Yeah. But then you might as well make whiskey out of what you have left over.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I like it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. And this is at cask strength. I don't remember the mash bill off the top of my head, but this is actually a pretty young rye too. So it's actually, oh wait, here we go. 82% rye, 18% malted barley, not less than a year aged. So.
Not less than a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta say that's actually a much more subtle rye than the Hudson we had earlier. This is a softer.
Well, it's opening up my sinuses, which is a good thing. Yeah. It must be the higher alcohol.
Hey, Donald, what's going on? Oh, I mean, sorry, you're leaving. You're not coming. You're leaving. I'm sorry. I'm a little drunk. Good to have you, dude. Yeah, that's a much more floral kind of soft pepper.
Okay.
You disagree?
Oh no. I'm just glad we waited for this one. We should have started with this one, and ended with this one, and drank this one in the middle.
No, this one is very good. I will say it's certainly It's certainly not the big punch your teeth in rye that you get with like a lot 40 maybe.
Yeah.
But
it's
pretty
solid.
Yeah. Oh, Donner Pass is gonna pour a Westland American single malt. Only thing he has that is not from Scotland.
Wow.
That is fair, dude. Oh, Bourbon is saying, see his above info. I must have missed something.
He's sending us money.
Oh.
Sending us love.
Here we go.
Sending us what?
The rye is young in their first own distillate. If it's a pick and pick, can be good and interesting as a single barrel. The regular is young. Well, here's the thing, Bourbon. I like young rye. I don't like young bourbon. I like young rye. Some of my favorite ryes have been aged less than a year. So, yeah.
Can't beat that with a big wet stick.
Ah, big stick, because that's what Theodore Roosevelt said.
Something like that.
Yeah. Talk softly, carry a big stick. Yeah. Yeah. You want to know something funny though?
Okay.
Every president since Woodrow Wilson has not had a beard. Theodore Roosevelt and Taft were the last two. Theodore had a mustache, and Taft had a goatee thing or whatever.
Why does he know this?
This is something me and Erica were talking about the other day. Politicians have stopped growing beards.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe because they're trying to look more youthful
or less like foreigners.
I mean, but I don't think it's a xenophobic thing.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be, but
I think it's an age clean cut kind of.
Clean cut, but I think it's more of like they're trying to look like
me, not so much.
Yeah,
who likes the snowball?
Yeah, I like the snowball. I like the snowball. I'm getting a couple too. I'm only 29. I'm getting a couple. But I think it's like that Protestant work ethic kind of thing. Like around that time, we were getting a lot of Catholic immigrants. And so it was like, oh, we need to look like our Anglo-Saxon Protestant forebears, try to look real clean shaven and,
It's a theory.
Yeah. And Eric Wade points out every president has been Protestant except JFK. No.
That's true.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Rube, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, well, Biden's Catholic, though. Now, Biden is Catholic. So there you go. We've had two Catholics.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Diversity. Like it.
Oh, Bourbon saying what I said above was, I thought you would have the Happy Warrior. Oh, okay. 3 different cask finished MGP blended, then aged on Long Island. Good replacement for Angel's Envy cask strength at 1/4 the cost. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Nice. Okay, it's a bourbon, not a rye. Got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Obama was a Protestant. I'm pretty sure he was a Baptist, or was he a Baptist or a evangelical? I don't remember. Something like that. Some sort of Protestant. Eric Wade says Biden is president. Oh man, are we gonna have 2 failed presidencies in a row? I don't mean to make this political, but God damn it.
I think about that. Biden's going to be 90 by the time 2022 rolls around.
Yeah.
I mean, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, are you going to vote for a 90-year-old guy, knowing that?
Is he really going to be 90? No,
I think so.
No, he's not that old, is he?
Thought he was like 86.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
He's like older than you and I put together.
What the fuck?
But we only have half the brains, so go figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not too hopeful for the rest of this presidency. I mean,
that's a rough time to be president.
No, it is. It's true. It's true. I mean,
getting out of Afghanistan, it's going to leave them in a mess. It's going to be good for us, but we're always into our vested interests of what's best for us, which leaves the rest of the world kind of just effed.
Yeah, I know this is not a popular opinion because I know most people in this country disagree with me. I don't necessarily think we should have left Afghanistan.
Not yet, no.
I mean,
I think you got to finish what you started. But they said that about the Vietnam War too, and that's south so fast.
I know. It's a tough thing because is being there 20 more years really going to make a difference? I know. I do believe in peaceful diplomatic solutions. But I also do believe that American interventionism is needed when we are talking about protecting human rights, women's rights, ethnic minority rights. Like the same thing we did in the Balkans. We were absolutely right to intercede in the Balkans. I feel like the same is true of Afghanistan and Syria.
True, because we're not actually getting anything out of that other than what good we're putting into it. So
I don't know. I don't know.
Afghanistan's weird. You know, the Russians were in there forever.
Oh, I know.
We were in there forever, and
the British.
Yeah,
there's a reason they call it the graveyard of empires.
Yeah, it's just they are so tenacious in there. Anyway,
Bourbon said he's doing one term and not gonna run again. Well, I'm okay with that. All right. Anyway, has that been enough politics for a whiskey stream? I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I had one other thing to say, but no.
What is it?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, these Sunday streams have been fun. I've been enjoying them.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
We may have to start doing them later in the evening.
Okay.
Depending on what people want. But for now, we're kind of in a holding pattern. Just figuring out what we're going to do.
Us people or them people?
Them people. What they want.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what we want. Who gives a shit what we want?
Okay, that's true.
But anyway.
We can accommodate.
Yeah. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. We love all of you.
It's been fun. Hiya.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and most of all,
stay rotten.